Hi guys, it's Mino and welcome back to another Skyblock episode here on the MineHeroes server. We are here on SB2 if you guys do want to come and join us. First, I just want to say, guys, apologies for the not uploading on Wednesday. I won't be uploading on Wednesday for the next about 3 weeks, so this week and then another 3 weeks. I've got exams, so I will be trying to get a video out every Saturday. But as soon as that's over, I think the server will be resetting. I think it's going to time quite nicely, and then we'll get back into the full grind. So do not worry about that. But I just wanted to let you guys know why it might only be once a week instead of twice. But then you don't have to worry about like why it suddenly dropped away. But yeah, thank you for all the support you've been giving the channel, guys. It absolutely means the world. But today's going to be something a little bit different. We've been saving up a lot of island points because today we basically want to show you what are the best things to get. As it's coming to the end of the season, we've got ourselves 17 island points. Anything we've already got, I'll just go through. Anything I already know is not great, we won't get. And anything that I want to show you guys how good it is, that's what we'll be doing. I already know what I consider the best is. I want to know what yours is at the end of the episode. But yeah, that's basically what the plan is for today's episode. We're going to go through some things. But I just wanted to show you guys, we've been expanding this IG farm. And it's been working really well. That's slowly been growing. We would have made a lot more, but I've been saving all the island points, so that's why. And this has been filling up pretty quick at the moment. I just sold it, so that's why that is empty. But today, guys, we're going to be going through all of the island point shops. So if you guys didn't know, /C, these are all the challenges you can do. I haven't done any today. So basically, they're all the challenges, and you can save them up, and you can get something in the island shop. So these are all the things you can get with island points. As you can see, they're at the bottom, and they all mean different things. We've got 17 to use. I hopefully won't use them all, but if I do, in this episode, that's what we're going to use. But we're going to be going through some stuff and showing you what things are and what things do. So we're going to start off with the left hand side. Shop sell booster for 7 island points times 2 for an hour. I would recommend this to be only used if you've got a lot of stuff. So if we ever save up and have that all full and we have other grinders and other spawners, then maybe I recommend using that. It's a bit like when the island booster comes on, it can be good. But for 7 island points, I don't know how good that really is. I probably wouldn't use this. I would always wait for a booster to come on the server because it's free, and I'd find other ways to make money. But that's my opinion for that. The next one, mob slayers. I believe these things are the greatest things in the island shop. I think I sold all of my obby. Just double check. I think I did. I didn't sell it all. Okay, but guys, if you have a massive blaze farm, like a lot bigger than what I've got, I always let it fill up a bit. But using a mob slayer, guys, mob slayers are insane. For about 2 hours, you can fill, I think, almost 2 dubs, maybe 1.5, and plus the hopper of obby. That is over 1,000 island points if you were not to sell it and you were to put it in your armor stand or place it how we did at the start down there. But if you're trying to save up for money, or you're trying to save up for your island level here, mob slayer is very, very good, guys. If you didn't know that blazes give you obby. Obby's the highest point. You get 0.4 as in things that you can grind for and stuff. So I highly recommend that. That is definitely one that you should definitely get. So that is one, is a yes if you guys are willing to save up for that. The Executioner. I've never got an Executioner before, and we've never ever got God sets. So if anyone has ever got this before, please let me know down in the comments if it's worth it or what it drops. If you guys aren't sure, basically you'd buy this, and I think you place it in either one of the warps or on your island, I can't remember, and you basically fight it, and it will give you what's it called? It will give you loot, I believe. I've never actually used an Executioner because I've never had a good enough God set. We can always try it out. I'd rather not die, but we could probably mock something up and try and attack it. That might be quite interesting to do, to try it out. But if anyone's ever used it before, let me know down in the comments. I think it might be alright because I do see a lot of people using it. But compared to that, mob slayers are quite a guaranteed thing. They'll get you money and they'll get you island level. So it's something I would probably recommend over that. So next one, 5,000 XP. Pretty self-explanatory. 5,000 XP. I probably wouldn't spend any island points. They're way too valuable. So I probably wouldn't get that one. What we got here, death message. Yeah, never going to buy this, I don't think, unless I ever do a challenge about buying everything. especially for 6 island points, it might just be a rare one, but not something that I would massively spend my time on. Blazes. These are something that I would recommend, especially at the start of the season, as a bit of like a tactic, because you get 5 of these every single day. So it means you can get 1 today, and then if you did all of them, you'd have 2 spare, and then tomorrow, and then the next day you'd be able to get 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that, because of the way it all adds up. And blazes are very, very good, and if you've got someone grinding away, you can quickly build up quite a lot of blazes quite quickly, and then as soon as you've got lots of blazes, then that's when you would get your what's it called? Then you'd get your can't remember what I was gonna say. Then you'd get your mob slayer. So blazes, I would highly recommend. That is definitely one I recommend you guys getting. Blazes are a good thing, and they go well with mob slayers. So that's you can kind of see where my passion is with this. Mystery mob spawner, not something I've gone for, because I've always thought if I'm going to spend 3, I'd rather guarantee something. But as you guys can see, you can range from a pig all the way to silverfish and iron golem spawners. So if you guys were ever feeling really lucky, or you had a very lucky day or unlucky day, and maybe you thought your luck would change, mystery mob spawners might be the thing to go for. Nothing I've ever tried. I might try one at the end of today's just to see if it's worth it. We'll see if it's any good, and depending on what I get, depends if I'll ever use it again. But yeah, not something that I'm massively like fussed about. I might try it once, but who knows? I might try at the end, depending on how it is. Auto sell chests. So we have got one of these. If you guys don't know how it works, basically you place it. So this is what we did. You basically place it here. For instance, you might place it here, and what it does is every time something goes in here, this is an auto bot chest, but it's an auto sell chest. Every time something went in here, it would sell, and it would come saying all your auto sell chests sold items for, and it'd come up like 300 or 400. They are pretty good, but if you guys didn't know, they have an 80% tax. So if you were making $100 every time, you only get $80. So a lot of people, I spoke to a lot of people who are OGs on the server, and they recommend not getting it and just doing what we've done, where we've got absolute ton of chests. So I'd recommend basically what you do is you get loads of chests, and then either you block them and save them, or you just keep them and then sell them on a booster or something. Basically just make the most of your money, because if you made 10 mil, you'd only get, you'd basically, if you made 10 mil, you'd lose 2 mil. So as the more money you make, you lose more amount using auto sell chests. So that's something, an alternative. This is something, harvester chests. I've done many videos on this, guys. If you don't know what they are, go and check out my other harvester chest and sugarcane farm videos. But in summary, harvester chests are basically something that you place in a chunk. So if as you can see here, the chunk of this, so normally I'd build this one out and I'd place it inside like I've done on them ones. But basically you place the harvester chest within this area and you level it up. So it's level 4 currently, and it's about 3.5 mil, I believe. And basically what happens is every 10 seconds, if you've got it to its highest level, it will basically farm anything that would potentially grow, save it in here and sell it. And basically this is what makes people an absolute ton of money, guys. I believe they are essential at the start of the game, at the end of the game, all throughout. We were trying to build a third one here. You have to be in the chunk basically to make the most of it. As you'll see at the bottom left corner, it's currently, I've got 2,600 is when I'm stood in this one, because this is our best one. That one's got 3 gaps, I think. This is only, oh no, this is 2 gaps, this is 1 gap, and then the other one's the same as this one. You basically need to be in one to make the most of it, basically, guys. So that's how that one works. But that's how we build it. It's just very simple: mud, sugarcane, gap, mud, and build that all the way up to the floor, to sky limit. And it is very, very good. You make an absolute ton. It's something easy to AFK. So harvester chests are definitely a must, guys. Definitely something to get. And it's only 5 island points. So at the start of the game, if you didn't want to get blazes, then you'd get harvester chests, build yourself a massive sugarcane farm, which are actually pretty cheap. And that will start collecting all your sugarcane. But you guys, when we start the new season and we get grinding, you'll definitely see me use this, and I highly recommend you get it. This is something new to the season, this next one. It's called a value stand. It is a whopping 10 island points. This took us actually like 2 or 3 days to get because we couldn't do all the challenges. What this does, guys, you can only get one of them every single, like, on your island. And what this does is it holds island blocks. So where we used to have to place massive towers of emeralds, or when Obby it would have been, and all the iron and stuff, it used to basically use up lots of space. Where now if I can click on it, you fill this with any blocks you want, and basically it will store it. So it's showing you it stores 41,472 blocks, and that's how many we've filled it with. And what this does, guys, is it will keep it in there. So as you can see here, I spend 3 island points, and it will increase the size of the chest. So this is very, very useful, especially if you're going for like top island value. It will cost a lot. I can see like, so 3 island points to increase it by a double chest. That's a lot of stuff, but it also will cost a lot. And what this does, guys, is the number sits there, and then any other island level like all our spawners won't add it. But it basically shows you what this can have. So some on the top islands, people's value stands of like hold 1.8 million. That's how insane it is, isn't it? But it's only one. It's very useful. I highly recommend it maybe when you get into it. So store your blocks in a chest, get yourself a value stand, and then fill it. But it will begin to cost an absolute ton, so just be aware. But of course, as you spend more, it'll increase by more because you'll have more blocks. So it is very useful. I definitely recommend it, but you use it more than late game. Definitely use it more late game. Okay, the next one is OP Pickaxe with Tunneler and Expedition. I personally use the island. I can't remember how to get to it. Is it island pick? I can't remember how to get to the island pickaxe, guys. Is it slash pick? There you go. If you do slash pick, guys, what you can do is basically, as an island, you can complete these challenges, and you basically can make yourself an island pickaxe. Only one person on the island can use it at a time, but this is what you get. Is absolutely OP. It does sell all your blocks, but when you're doing burst challenges or anything where you're just mining a lot, this island pickaxe is very, very good. And as you can see, I took out the one it was best made, and then I took it out just before we got the burst on it, so I can have one that does burst, one that doesn't do burst. So I recommend doing the island pickaxe, guys, instead of doing instead of doing I can't even find what I meant to do. So instead of getting this, definitely not worth the 10 points. I highly recommend you don't get this. Island pickaxe is definitely 100% better. So next one is a armor box god tier. This is 2 island points. If you guys are into PvP, which we might consider next season, especially to challenge some of the mobs, a god tier god box would be absolutely OP as you. So as you can see, this is everything you get. This is guaranteed. Basically, it's a base to start your god set. So prop 5, fire protection, protection 5. Of course, you'd have to create yourself a sword, but it's definitely something that if you're going to do PvP, it's a brilliant start off. If you guys have got kits, as in you bought ranks, then I would maybe recommend getting them. But if you don't have ranks on this game and you don't pay, or you've bought it differently, I recommend getting this. It's very good, very useful. If anyone has any alternatives, please let me know. But I highly recommend getting this, especially if you want to build a god set. And it's only 2 island points, so it's not bad at all to have a building set and backup sets using this. So it's pretty useful. MCMMO. MCMMO would be amazing if I could use it for lava fishing, and of course I can't, but MCMO can be super useful if you are a PvP yourself. So if you do PvP, you need to put it in axes, you need to put it in swords, and you need to put it in unarmed. So axes and swords are just brilliant because when you get to use their special ability when you right click it, see how it says your sword is ready, basically serrated edges, and it's super OP against the opposition if they haven't got anything to defend it. And unarmed, basically if you run around and hit people, you will you potentially could unarm them, as basically you could take their sword or whatever in their hand. And also if you've got high unarmed, it's harder for them to unarm you. So if you're ever going to do a lot of PvP, it's only 2, and I think a 2,000 is normally the limit. I think maybe 2,500. So it's so simple. You just do /redeem, and then so I think how many credits I've got. I've got 260. So if I do swords, for instance, swords, I've currently got 1,732. And basically all I have to do is I do /redeem 2. I think /redeem swords, and I'll do 200. And of course, as you get higher, each level of MCMO as you redeem is worth more points, because of course it's harder to level up. So I do that. Since you got that many, so if I go back to swords, I'm now at 1,900. But of course, I need this level here, so I need 39,660 to get to the next level, and then if I got it up high, it'd be more and more and more. But I think it's serrated strikes length 40 seconds, bleed chance is much higher and much more effective, and definitely very OP for PvPing anything, as in people or mobs. We are whizzing through this. What is next? We have got ourselves Name scrolls, no, not ever going to get these. If I get an evoke key, I might, and I don't believe they're that expensive on AH, but unless you want to name your stuff, guys, which I'm not a massive fan of, I'm not going to rename any of my scrolls. I don't need them, so definitely not going to get that. This is random personal booster, receive 1 random personal. So that is very similar to this, it's just, it's not guaranteed, basically. So you could get an MCMO for lava fishing. If you got a 2 times or 3 times for 1 hour of MCMO, definitely do lava fishing. I highly recommend it. But yeah, I wouldn't get this, guys. There's a lot better things to get than this, so I highly wouldn't recommend that. And the final one aimed is a random island top block. So they are worth, well, basically these are these things. So if you guys have ever seen Marvel Infinity War, they have got the special stones: Space Stone, Mind Stone, Soul Stone, Power Stone, and Time Stone. And basically, guys, these are worth 250. Yes, 250 island points. They've got the most island value per block on the game, and they can only be got via the island shop. So I'm gonna buy. Let's just see what we can get. I'm gonna try and collect a few. I'm gonna get 3, so it's gonna cost me 6 out of my 17 island points. And I'm gonna see if we can get any ones that I haven't got. So 1. Mad got an ender portal. There you go. That's how you get ender portal, guys. I never knew how to get that. That is actually a complete shock to me. That's how you get ender portals. So you don't just get them, you also get ender portals, which are actually really good as well. They get you just as high island value points. I didn't know that, guys. That is a complete shock to me. But there, so you get time zones and ender portals. There you go. So 1, 2, 3. So we got ourselves a soul stone, which goes here. And we got another reality stone. There. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to place that there because I have no other place to place it. But you can see, guys, so as you can see, if I do /is level, our level will jump up to 1900 or 19,000. Actually, it was at 17,000 because each one will give us 250. So that is super useful. I didn't realize they actually gave you them. I think you can make the ender portal. I don't think you can go through it though, but the ender portal is something that you see on lots of islands, but that's what you get from that. So that is definitely something I highly recommend getting, guys. These are all, if I go IS top and I click on here, as you can see, you will get, that's worth 30, and then these are worth 250. So of course that's not as good as getting one of these, but it's still quite cool to get. But you can get basically these stones, and that's the other one, and that's the 0.4. So these are the stones you can get. These are basically show you what each spawner value is, and of course that's worth 100. These are worth 250. So if you were trying to build it up, these are your markers of what island value can be worth and what the points can be worth. But guys, that is our fast run through of what the best things are to get the island points. I will probably be buying myself a load more mob slayers because I'm basically trying to get as much money as I can. I might mess around with one of these things maybe, and maybe one of them, but at the moment I only buy that, probably not that anymore. So that definitely blaze spawners, maybe these for PvP, this definitely for endgame, and this for most of the game. This is absolutely OP. On a maxed out blaze spawner is definitely 100% worth it. But yes, that is going to be our run through for all of the island points today, guys. I think they are very important and very OP and highly effective. Just make sure you use them to their fullest. But we're going to head over to the spawn now, guys, and get some vote keys. We're going to open them, see if we get anything good, and then we will finish that off. So let's head to then do spawn /spawn. We will whiz over here. And I have no idea how many I've got. We've got 42. We'll open up for ourselves a nice 20, so down to 22. We've got MCMO booster. We've got 2 skeletons. Nice. Miner. They're just like the executioners, but just mine. We've got some boosters. Anything good? We got beacons. Definitely use a good old beacon. We got more miners. They're not great. Where's his head again? And we got ourselves, we'll just do 2 more. Bang, bang. Just lots of money in XP, and I think some MCMO credits, which we'll use later on. But guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. Like I said, we're just going to be on Saturdays for the next few weeks, and then we'll be back to our normal Saturday and Wednesday. But guys, thank you so much for all the support you've been giving the channel lately. It means the world to me, and if you guys can give me any tips and tricks or support in the comments, please let me know down below. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. See ya.